If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. Let's talk about this new Lil Durk album, because Durkio was about to drop his new album 7220 this Friday on March 11th. And today, I wanted to go over my own expectations of this thing, what I hope that we see on there, what I hope he does with the record, where he can go in his career and, his discography with this record, and also all the information we have so far pointing towards different elements of that. So let's jump straight into this. So 7220 is the first studio album from Durkio ever since he dropped The Voice at the end of 2020. That album went pretty big. Durkio generally has been on like an upward, momentum and upward slope in his career, ever since like 2019, 2020, when he really revived his career, because before that, it was kind of, he kind of fell off for a couple of years, but this is a perfect example of someone turning his career back around, and shout out to Durkio for that. And The Voice was a big element in that. Now, The Voice didn't feature a lot of like big name artists, and a lot of people criticized him for that, because the summer prior to that, the summer of 2020, he dropped Laugh Now Cry Later with Drake, which obviously was a very big single and was also used to promote CLB, and that Durkio was on there, it really boosted his Spotify monthly listeners. It just, got him thrown in the conversation in the mainstream again, and was a huge push for him. And he then continued this with The Voice, which was an album that, as I said, didn't feature a lot of big name artists, but still cemented his spot in this new day and age of hip hop. And then, a couple of months after that, he dropped that collaborative tape with Lil Baby, The Voice of the Heroes, and has ever since then just been, one of the leaders of this new generation. So Durkio, really someone who is in the conversation right now and has revived his career tremendously over the past 2 to 3 years. So this new album to me is another stepping stone in that process. On this album, I hope that he comes through with a more, and I usually don't say this, and I usually don't want artists to do this, because, I really like The Voice, that it was real, that it only featured artists that he was personally close with from, the OTF crew and stuff like that. But on this new record, I want Durkio to think a bit more commercially. I'm not saying that, he didn't have huge commercial success with The Voice or The Voice of the Heroes. He was one of the best-selling artists last year. That man has been doing numbers like crazy, that their tour was huge. So I'm not saying any of that. But to have like another big hit like Laugh Now Cry Later would really help his career. And from that point onwards, then nobody would even doubt that he was, not coming back. I think The Voice served a specific purpose in his discography, and I really think that was the right move for him at the time, to drop that record, to just drop a record for people to see like, yo, this man is like completely real, and he does what he wants, and that's the type of music he makes, and he's in his bag. And then he came through with a collaboration with Lil Baby, who was probably the hottest rapper at that moment and still is, so that gave him a huge commercial boost. Then he also hopped on like the Kala track and stuff like that, so he's been on more of a commercial wave in the past couple of months, also collaborating with Wallen, for example. So this dude, been out there trying to get his name out there. He recently also got that feature with Gucci Mane, that Rumors track. So I think that he's in his bag right now, trying to get his name back out there and trying to collaborate with some big people. So I am expecting some bigger features on 7220. And I don't think that necessarily has to come with a switch in style necessarily. We've seen that new single, Aha, be more of like a drill type of sound, and that's something that Durkio is obviously known for, while on The Voice, for example, it was more of that mellow melodic sound that I actually personally really like. That's the Durkio that I enjoy the most, to be honest, but that's down to personal preference. I also like his drill stuff. Before Aha, he's released 2 singles so far that we're not sure are gonna be on this record. I'm talking about Piss Me Off and Lion Eyes. I like Lion Eyes a bit better than Piss Me Off, but those 2 singles were still pretty great, and that's also another indicator that he's out there again trying to promote this album, get the name in the conversation again. So this has been going on for quite some time now, and I think that now coming through on March 11th is a perfect time to drop this album. He said that the album title 7220 is his grandmother's address, where it all started, quote unquote. So I'm guessing that's where he started rapping and where he started first, making moves in Chicago, and maybe we'll see some references to that. I would like like to, I would like for Durkio to talk about some more personal stuff again. I think listening to Durkio music is always kind of like, he just gets on a mic and just says whatever's on his mind. That's why the topics of the songs are very just all over the place. But personally, I really like that. It feels like he's really using, the music as his therapy, just talking about whatever's going on, in the world, in his life right now. And maybe with a more, with more of a focus on his past now and referencing the address of the place that his music career started in, this will also shift that focus of just his thoughts to that specific time. We'll get more content about his come up story and stuff like that. I'm not saying artists have to, transition into more of a storytelling vibe and style the more successful they get, but I do think that it would really improve this album quite a bit than just be like those, and I love the voice, but those more random tracks that are just thrown together and are more of a playlist really than an album. I think that could really improve this album as well. So more of a structured approach to this, because Durkio albums usually are just like thrown together playlists, but as I said, that is the style that I enjoy from him the most, and that is something that he should not stop doing. I'm just saying, if this is like the big album he wants to use as a stepping stone in his career to get to that next place and cement his spot to be like, yo, I'm here to stay, I'm Durkio, hip-hop is my game, then I think, having a structured approach to this, having some songs on there that have some more pop appeal, have some more commercial appeal, with some bigger features and artists on there, could really help this album out a lot. And y'all know me, usually I'm not the guy who says this. I'm the guy that says try to make the music that you want and just stay real to yourself and stay true, and don't fall victim to trying to get the next big hit and stuff like that. That's what I'm big on. But in the case of Durkio, I know that this dude is real as hell, and that's why I want him to succeed so bad, and I think that would just be the most important and beneficial step to go with this record. So big feature artists on there. Have a couple of big songs on there that he knows are probably gonna go big on, like, in the club and on TikTok and stuff like that. But then still have those deep cuts where he's just like real and talking about his past and whatever's going on that I would really like. He also got he got a lot to talk about. He recently got engaged to India. Shout out to my man Durkio. He really winning in life right now. That man is just killing it. All right, so yeah, that's my thoughts, my expectations for Durkio's new album 7220, dropping March 11th. Now I want to know what you think about this. Are you excited for this album? What are your expectations, your hopes on this? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? If so, please let me know in which parts and which aspects. All of that, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.